What up, Skyline Electric? My name's Tanner Venema. I am a division manager over the motor shop, the energy division, special projects, and the service department. I wanted to talk today, first thing, right out the gate, about Tim. Did you know I looked up in the Skyline directory? We don't have one person named Tim. But what's Tim? Tim is tools, information, and material. Those three things are what makes an electrician successful. Those three things you need each day to be able to produce. Right now, I have a couple jars here. What I actually have my lemons that I see here reflect what T is, tools. I'm going to also have these blue circles, little wicker circles, be information. And I'm going to have my two golf balls be material. And I also have a jar of rice being our efficiency, how we what we produce in a day out in the field. As you can see right now, I can focus all day and every day about efficiency, right? I can talk about it. Your foreman might come out in the field and be like, man, we need to produce more so we can hit these goals. But if all we're doing is talking about efficiency and we're not applying tools or information and material, we're never going to be able to fit it all in, right? We're never going to be efficient. But if we change our focus, just like I said, on Tim, we change our focus on Tim, then if we do that, we focus on our tools. We got our information. And now we have our material. Now look at what efficiency does. It actually will work. As you can see, the rice, our efficiency, fits within the jar. Tim is important. Today I wanted to talk to you about 10 ways to effectively plan. This will work for you in your career as well as in your home life. The first thing that we need to do is define clear goals. This can be long-term goals or short-term goals. They got to be a goal though, something that's achievable, something that's smart, right? We've heard about that previously from other leaders within the company. Then you need to prioritize tasks to achieve those goals between what is urgent or important. Now, you may have a customer, you may have something come from your wife that might be urgent, but is it really important? And that's what you have to do. You have to prioritize these tasks on a daily basis. You then have to break down the tasks. That's number 3, right? You might have to have steps or sub-tasks to help you to achieve one task, right? Dividing our larger tasks into smaller ones. Use planning tools. Number 4, I use OneNote to put all my to-do list or my information on to help me track, right? And you can use whatever you want. There's a lot of things out there. You have to set deadlines to be able to achieve these tasks or goals, right? And realistic timeframes, not just something that's made up or something you continue to push off down the line. You got to set real deadlines for yourself and for maybe your employees. Scheduling regular reviews to go over, hey, did I do well on this task and did I achieve this goal in a timely manner, right? You're definitely going to allocate sufficient time to be able to complete this as well as to review it. You assess your daily progress or weekly progress, right? Delegating. Delegating is a big one. If you're setting goals and there's other people that you're working with that affect whether or not you're going to achieve these goals, delegation is something that will help you as well as it'll provide value to the people you're working with as they feel special to be a part of something else, right? Especially when you task them to do something good that will help everyone achieve the goal. One thing that I struggle with is focusing on one task at a time, right? Avoid multitasking. I get looking at something else, I squirrel out, right? Well, concentrating on one task improves efficiency as well as quality. All right, staying flexible. One thing that we do as a contractor is we're trying to please our customer or our general contractor, whatever else it may be, the owner. And sometimes they will come at us with something that we don't think is important, but is important to them. So it becomes urgent to us. We got to be ready to adapt to change because ultimately we want to make them happy, right? The last one I wanted to share with you is to stay organized. You got to stay organized. You got to maintain a tidy and organized workspace. You got to be able to do this so that you can do your work most efficiently, so that we can do all these things. We can store our material. We can have gang boxes full of tools. We can have an area to get information, right? So that we are the most efficient. And that's when we can finally have Tim on our crew, because we don't have a Tim within Skyline Electric. Let's bring Tim along the way. Our safety topic for the week is highlighting unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. These are the two primary categories that can lead to accidents and injuries in the workplace. Really, the moral of the story is unsafe acts and unsafe conditions are two situations that are mostly controlled by us, the worker. If we address both of these areas, we can almost completely eliminate preventable accidents. So what is an unsafe act? An unsafe act are actions taken by employees that violate safety protocols and can lead to accidents or injuries. These are often due to human error, negligence, or a lack of proper training. Examples include using improper tools, using tools or equipment not designed for the specific task. Raise of hands, how many of you use linemen's as a hammer? I wouldn't say that is an improper tool, but I've done it, and really those aren't used for that. But it can go in many other ways, right? Using maybe a portaband when you should be using a sawzall, or vice versa. And you can think of many others, I'm sure of it. Another way is ignoring safety procedures. Failing to follow established safety procedures and protocols is an unsafe act. Failing to use personal protective equipment, not wearing PPE, such as helmets, gloves, or even safety glasses, right? Those are all unsafe acts. Now, an unsafe condition refers to physical hazards presented in the workplace that can contribute to accidents or injuries. These conditions are often related to the environment, equipment, or materials and need to be identified and corrected. Some of those would be poor housekeeping, and I talked about that on how you can plan efficiently is by keeping up the housekeeping. But if you're cluttered, your work areas are cluttered, they can cause trips, slips, and even falls, right? Inadequate lighting. Poorly lit areas can lead to accidents or hinder proper work performance. Defective equipment. If you're using something that is damaged or malfunctioning, that's obviously going to be an unsafe condition. And then exposed electrical hazards. Unshielded electrical wiring or improper grounding definitely is an unsafe condition that we need to eliminate so that we are completely safe, because safety is our number one core value. Addressing unsafe acts and conditions will mitigate risks. Okay? We'll be able to keep up that rating that our CEO has talked about so that we can continue to get better jobs, bigger jobs, and to provide for our families. So how can we mitigate risks? Through training and education, regular inspections, safety audits, encouraging reporting, having a safety committee, which we have, and clear communication. By proactively addressing both unsafe acts and unsafe conditions, Skyline employees can create a safer work environment and reduce the likelihood of accidents and injuries. Thanks for your Tim, pun intended. Let's go!